Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you a review of the Lady Dior, and that is this absolutely beautiful bag behind me. I'll probably show you what I fit in at the moment, and I'll probably give you a few of my initial comments from using the bag for a couple of weeks. But the main idea of this today is to show you a little bit about the history behind the bag and some of the key features about the bag as well. So this is the Lady Dior in the black lambskin leather and the gold toned hardware. Isn't she absolutely beautiful? So the size for this particular bag going across the way is 24 centimetres. Going from up down to the base it's 20 centimetres, and then from the side from roughly here to here, I think I've got it written down, 11 centimetres from roughly around here going across. So it does go slightly wider at the base. She is absolutely stunning. So this particular one is the medium size, and it's Christian Dior. They offer a micro, a mini, the medium and a large. So I have the medium. Also the leather comes in several types of leather, but the main key leathers that you can pick up this bag are in the lambskin, which is what I've got, and also the patent leather. So I'll just let you have a few close-ups of that. The hardware for this, obviously mine's in the gold. You can also pick it up in a champagne gold, I believe, and in the silver hardware. There is also a leather strap with these Christian Dior bags, and you can see it's not a particularly long strap. This is primarily just for obviously on one shoulder. I wouldn't recommend trying to put it crossbody. It may fit some frames, but particularly on my frame, I'm 5'8½". It doesn't fit my frame. It attaches just on the very fronts of the loops on the bag, as you can see, and I've just done it so it's obviously diagonal, so it's on this side, and then on the back it's on this side, just here. And I'll just show you kind of what it's like, if you can see. There you go. So you can see whereabouts it hits me, just above my hip. And it is a really lightweight bag. I find with this bag, with a few items in it, it's absolutely no problem at all with my shoulder issue that I've got. So that's really, really good news. So the history behind this absolutely beautiful bag. Well, it was actually created by Dior in 1994, and it was given a different name to the Lady Dior as it is now. I won't pretend to know how to pronounce it, but it's like shoo shoo. I will put the name of it just along the bottom here. In 1995, Princess Diana, the Princess of Wales, or Lady Di as we knew her, she was actually given one of these as a gift by the First Lady of France. And Lady Diana absolutely adored this bag, and in fact it was one of her most favourite bags of all time. As a result of that, in 1996, Christian Dior decided to change the name of their bag and named her the Lady Dior, in tribute to our Princess Diana, the Princess of Wales. And I actually think this is such a beautiful bag, and every time I see this bag I just think of Diana. I think it's got so much beauty and so much class, and it's so sophisticated, and it's a bag that in my opinion will never ever date. The Cannage pattern on these bags, you'll think, oh yes, of course, they're very, very similar to the Chanel bags, but actually I don't think so. If I can give you a close-up, the detail on the stitching of the Dior Cannage is absolutely impeccable. Each part of the stitching is completely sewn by hand. It's such precise stitching, and it was inspired by the Cannage rattan chairs at the Dior atelier. So in 1947, when Christian Dior launched his first couture collection, he had it within his, I think it's number 13 Montaigne, his Maison store, and the chairs that he used for his clients to sit on and look at the catwalk show all had the rattan on the chairs, and this has been inspired within this Lady Dior, as you can see. And I think that is such a beautiful tribute to such a classic idea, and Christian Dior himself was very, very much into architecture and furniture. You'll also see within the bag that the bag itself has charms, and there is a reason behind the bag having charms. Monsieur Dior, he actually in 1947, upon the launch of his maison, found a star charm, and ever since he found this charm, he felt that it was good luck, and he actually carried this charm with him at all times. So to reflect that on these Lady Dior bags, the D-I-O and R, Dior, has all been used as a charm on the bag. And I think this is such a beautiful testament to, you know, such beauty and creativity, and obviously just bringing back to the savoir-faire of French handbag making, luxury. The bag itself actually is made over a wooden block, a wooden mould, and each piece is meticulously handcrafted by artisans who have made this bag over the wooden mould. And I think, again, such a beautiful thing to bring back into modern luxury handbags. You can see from the corner, the side of the bag, that the bag is actually A-line. Now that is purposefully done. This mirrors the clothing from the 1947 collection, the first collection that Christian Dior brought out, and he thought that women should have a very, very narrow waist and accentuate on the hips, and a lot of his clothes were all, well, majority of them were A-line, and I will show you some pictures here. So it's nice to see that they've still kept in those lines. You'll also find on the Christian Dior bags there is a lot of use of ovals. So there is an oval on the handle. The actual bars used for the handle are all oval shaped. The O of the Dior is also oval, and then the pulley on the zip, you'll see it's like a medallion. That in itself is also oval. Now that is because Christian Dior, and his love for architecture and furniture, absolutely adored the chairs at Versailles, and they were the Louis XVI chairs. And I'll insert a picture here. They all had the oval backs on the chairs. And you'll also notice if you go into a Christian Dior boutique, all of the chairs that are in their boutiques are all the same chairs with the oval medallion backs. And I think that, again, it just shows that so much thought has been brought out for this particular bag. So I'll get into some of the finer details. On the oval just below the handle, you can see that there is a CD on there, and that is on absolutely every single piece. On the inside, you will notice that the ovals are screwed into place. Now, these bags actually take 8 hours to make by hand, and there are over 140 components that make this bag. I think that is absolutely incredible. You can see there is some metal feet. Now I am really, really pleased with that, because there is no way on earth I would want to put this lambskin bag down on a floor. So I'm so happy that there are feet. Interestingly enough, I didn't notice this until today when my sales associate in Manchester pointed it out. But if you look at this bag straight on with the handles down, it looks like a C and a D. Just like in the Christian Dior that they keep bringing out now. You can see there, that's the C and that's the D. Didn't notice that before, I thought that was really interesting. I'll give you a close-up of the pulley itself, and that's beautiful. It has a CD on there also. And inside, once I've opened the bag, you'll see that it's a very, very narrow opening. Now that probably would drive some people absolutely mad. For me, it's lambskin and it opens really easily. The only thing I fret over is that I don't want my rings to scratch the bag as I'm going in and out. That I am extremely careful for. But with that being said, I've used this a few times now and I haven't noticed any scratches. Let's have a quick look. No, absolutely nothing. And I have used this a few times now, but I have tried to be careful. Inside of this bag is just to die for. You can see again, it's got the Cannage pattern. Now that's a printed pattern, that's not quilting again. And the interior is a beautiful red. It is almost like a silk. I don't know if it is silk, but it's like a silk. And I'm not too sure if this camera will pick it out, but on the zip there is, if I can try and get it, a leather tab. And the leather tab inside says Christian Dior. I think it says Paris. Let's have a look. Christian Dior Paris. And this bag has been made in Italy. There we go. Also inside there's a leather pull. So I've currently got it open. I tend to store my strap inside of there when I'm not using the bag, but also I'll put my mobile phone in there as well. So let's have a look at what we can fit in. It looks like it's quite a small bag, but actually I fit quite a lot of it, well, the basics really, into this bag. You wouldn't want to overload it anyway, because you can see it does move quite easily, and there is no way you'd want to destroy the structure of this bag. So inside of it, I always carry a mini pochette inside of this bag because it is so slim that it fits perfectly. You can see the size comparison with this bag. So inside, but if you have got the illustration, please be careful that the teeth of the zip don't scratch the this piece itself. I have noticed there's a slight chip on the illustration and I'm quite upset about it, but that goes in really easily. All I have to do is just pull the zip just to one side ever so slightly. So there you go, you can still see there is loads of room. So the next item I take is my Louis Vuitton empreinte leather key clay. I use this as a purse. It's got change for the back just here, so you can easily fit change in there. And I just put my cards on this side and some notes if I have notes. Absolutely perfect. And again, that just slips in really easily. I can't go anywhere without my car. I live in a very small town and literally the buses are not worth getting. I do drive everywhere, so I have to have my keys, and obviously that's the fob for my car. That again just slips in so easily. You can see that it really isn't a struggle to get things in and out of here. And again, I've still got loads and loads of room. If you've just watched my video I've just put up about my new Dior sunglasses, these are those, and the case to this is so slim. Again, just put that in. Now this is a little bit more challenging because it's a bit wider. I'm going to put that down in there. Now, this is the first time I've ever put these glasses in. Ooh, they're actually very close to the zip. I'll have to see if I can zip those up. You can see very close to the zip just there. It may have to be, if I just put them on their side, it might be better to put them on their side. There you go, much, much better. I don't know if you can see in there. There we go, still loads of room. So the next thing I'm going to do is to put my mobile phone in. This is the iPhone 6, not the Plus, just the normal 6. And I'm just going to place that inside of the pocket, and that will just mean that if my phone does ring, it's quite accessible. I know exactly where it's going to be because it'll be at the side of the bag inside the pocket. And that is pretty much what I'd take. I could probably fit an umbrella in there if I wanted to, but in fairness, I probably would just hold the umbrella. So that is absolutely everything. It's all in there. It has gone slightly more weighty, but you can see I've been able to put all of that in, and the zip is closed, and there is no bulging, there's no distortion of the bag at all. It's absolutely gorgeous. If anybody is thinking of buying one of these bags, I really, really would recommend it. Yes, the leather is sort of, It's not child friendly, so if you have got children or you live a little bit more of a chaotic lifestyle where you might scratch the bag against things, I probably would recommend the patent more than the lambskin. But you know, I have had this now for a few weeks and I've had absolutely no issues with it whatsoever. I could show you also how I care for the bag. I do treat the leather. It's not been recommended, and I couldn't particularly recommend the products for you, however they work for me. So if you would like to see a video on that, please let me know down below and I shall do a video on that for you. Also, if there are any other questions you'd like to know about this bag, I'm sure I'm missing something, do let me know. I will try and help you as much as possible. Something I just thought of then is how easy these actually move. They're very, very, very stiff. I don't know if through time they will become looser, but I actually like them quite stiff like that because it means that if I go anywhere, the handles, although they do drop down, they don't tend to look slouchy or anything like that. They do stand up really, really well. One thing I will say about the Dior charms, if you don't like things getting scratched, this might not be the bag for you. Already I can see where the metal has been rubbing off against each other and it's already marking the metalwork itself. But you know, this is a really beautiful bag and I can forgive this because nobody should expect metal to rub against metal and it not to scratch. But what I will say about these is actually each piece of the charm has been crafted by hand. How amazing is that? So yes, and you know, these are expensive handbags, but I actually think they're worth every single penny. All made by hand, made over a wooden block. I mean, how amazing is that? And I just think the craftsmanship and the quality of the Christian Dior bags is absolutely just impeccable. There is not one thing I could say or fault about this particular bag. It is absolutely pristine. And the service from the ladies in Dior is absolutely amazing. Seriously, I think they have been voted, I'm sure somebody told me that the Christian Dior is actually voted #1 for customer service. I'm absolutely in awe of them. Also with a Lady Dior, if you did purchase one of these, a few years down the line, if you wanted to replace the handles or you wanted to replace the charms, anything like that that can be replaced, you can actually send this away and they will replace it for you. And I think for a couple of £100 you could actually have this bag completely cared for. I think they treat all of the leather, they'll replace the charms, they replace all of the handles, and they can do that. And literally, they said one lady had one of the original sort of Mark 1 versions of the Lady Dior, and she came in and it was absolutely battered, but they sent it away and it came back and it was practically like a brand new bag. So I really would recommend Christian Dior for their service. I am absolutely in love with them, and hopefully this won't be my one and only Dior bag. Over the years I'd like to collect more. So that is absolutely everything. I hope you've enjoyed it, and until next time, I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.